Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of 4 is equal to 4. So I'm going to first start by subtracting 4 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and now I have x to the power of 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. Now x to the power of 4 I can rewrite as x to the power of 2 times 2, and 4 I can rewrite as 2 squared. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So x to the power of 2 times 2, that's going to equal x to the power of 2 to the power of 2. Now I have this minus 2 squared is equal to 0. Now if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, a is x squared and b is 2. So I have x squared plus 2 times x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. So now this gives me two equations. I have x squared plus 2 is equal to 0, and x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. So for x squared plus 2 equals 0, I can subtract 2 on both sides, so then these two cancel out, and I have x squared is equal to negative 2. So now to solve this, I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Square root of x squared is x, and the square root of negative 2 is the square root of 2 times the square root of negative 1. Now, if you guys already know, the square root of negative 1 is equal to I. So I have x is equal to positive or negative the square root of 2i. Now for x squared minus 2 equals 0, I can simply add 2 on both sides, and I get x squared is equal to positive 2. Now to solve this, I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Square root of x squared is x, and the square root of, and this is equal to positive or negative square root of 2. So now I'm going to check. My original equation was x to the power of 4 is equal to 4. So the square root of 2 to the power of 4, because this is an even exponent, it doesn't matter if it is positive or negative, it's going to be the same result. The square root of 2 is the same thing as 1/2, so I have 2 to the power of 1/2 to the power of 4, which is equal to 2 to the power of 2, which is equal to 4. So this works, and for the square root of 2i, it's exactly the same thing. There's no difference. So my 4 solutions are right. Alright, so in this problem, I have 4 to the power of x is equal to 40. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by taking the log on both sides. So now I have log 4 to the power of x is equal to log 40. Now, if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can move this exponent b to the front. So this is equal to b times log a. So in this case, I have log 4 to the power of x, so I can move x to the front. So now I have x times log 4 is equal to log 40. Now, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by log 4. So then these two cancel out, and now I have x is equal to log of 40 over log 4. Now, log 40, this is the same thing as log of 4 times 10. Because log 40 is equal to 4 times 10. So I have this over log 4. And now if I have something in the form log a times b, this is equal to log a plus log b. So in this case, I have log 4 times 10. So this is equal to log 4 plus log 10. And now I have this over log 4. Now log 4 plus log 10 over log 4, this is the same thing as log 4 over log 4 plus log 10 over log 4. And log 4 and log 4, these two cancel out. So now I have x is equal to 1 plus log 10 over log 4. So now log 10, this is the same thing as 1. Log 10 is equal to 1. So now I have x is equal to 1 plus 1 over log 4. And log 4 is equal to 0.602. So now I have x is equal to 1 plus 1 over 0.602, which is equal to 1 plus 1.66, meaning x is equal to 2.66. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of x to the power 4 is equal to 64. So I need to find the value of x here. So for my solution, I'm going to first start by taking the power of 4 on both sides. So now I have x to the power of x to the power of 4 to the power of 4 is equal to 64 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of n to the power of m. So I can switch the places of m and n here. So in this case, we can think of x to the power 4 here as m and 4 as n. So if I switch the places of these two, I get x to the power 4 to the power of x to the power 4 is equal to 64 to the power of 4. Now I'm going to replace 64 with 8 squared. So now I have x to the power of 4 to the power of x to the power of 4 is equal to 8 squared to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So a to the power of 2 to the power of 4, that's going to equal a to the power of 2 times 4, which is equal to a to the power of 8. So I have x to the power of 4 to the power of x to the power of 4 is equal to a to the power of 8. Now I'm going to let x to the power of 4 equal to the variable y. So now I have y to the power of y is equal to a to the power of 8. And if I have something from a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, this means that a is equal to b, meaning y is equal to 8. Now remember how we let x to the power of 4 equals y. So if x to the power of 4 equals y and y equals 8, then this means that x to the power of 4 is equal to 8. So now to solve this equation, I'm going to take the fourth root on both sides. So the fourth root of x to the power of 4 is x, and so I have x is equal to fourth root of 8. So now to check, my original equation was x to the power of x to the power of 4 is equal to 64. X is equal to the fourth root of 8, so now I have fourth root of 8 to the power of fourth root of 8 to the power of 4 is equal to 64. Now the fourth root of 8 to the power of 4 is simply 8. So now I have fourth root of 8 to the power of 8 is equal to 64. Now this is the same thing as 8 to the power of 8 over 4 is equal to 64, meaning 8 to the power of 2 is equal to 64, and 64 equals 64. So this is right. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the problem 500 squared minus 499 squared. So, to solve this, what I'm first going to do is rewrite this as 499 plus 1 squared minus 499 squared. And if I have something in the form a plus b squared This is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So 499 plus 1 squared is turned into 499 squared plus 2 times 499 times 1 plus 1 squared, and I have this minus 499 squared. Now I can cancel out 499 squared and negative 499 squared, so I'll be left with 2 times 499 times 1 plus 1 squared. 2 times 499 is 998, times 1 is just 998, and I have this plus 1 squared, which is plus 1, and this is equal to 999. Now I actually have another method of solving this. So I have 500 squared minus 499 squared, and this time I'm going to rewrite this as 500 squared minus 500 minus 1 squared. Now, if I have something in the form a minus b squared, this is equal to a minus b times a minus b, which is equal to, if I factor this out, a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So this is going to turn into 500 squared minus 2 times 500 times 1 plus b squared, which is 1 squared. So these two cancel out. However, this is actually going to be in parentheses. So the negative sign distributes. So this turns into 500 squared minus 500 squared plus 2 times 500 times 1, which is the same thing as 2 times 500, minus 1 squared. Now these two can cancel out, so I get 1,000 minus 1, which is equal to 999. So again, I get 999 as my answer.